Joy Taylor is joining me. Albert Breer in about 5 or 6 minutes. Herd Hierarchy in a couple of minutes. Good to have you enjoy for hour two today. Last night the Giants beat San Francisco. And my takeaway on that game, because I watched, I didn't think it was that fascinating, but the thing that jumps out to me, let me talk about the losing team, San Francisco and the coach Kyle Shanahan. It used to be in the NFL, the number one thing was to find a quarterback. But let me tell you what 1A is now. Get the right coach. San Francisco with Kyle Shanahan is 18th in the NFL in points. They're on their third quarterback. Their offense is better, scores more points than Philadelphia, Dallas, and Washington, with an undrafted, off-the-street practice squad guy. Does everybody get how good and how much offensive coaches matter? He's on his third quarterback. Garoppolo averaged 24.5. C.J. Beathard averaged over 20. And now Nick Mullins is averaging 28. He's off the street. He was a practice squad guy, meaning anybody in the league could have had him. Anywhere on the roster, everybody passed except the Niners. And San Francisco doesn't have their best running back, hurt before the season started, and they don't have a number one receiver, and they led most of the game. I mean, it's amazing. If you go look, Chicago Bears, the offense stayed the same. They added Matt Nagy. They averaged 13.5 points more a game. The Rams went and got Sean McVay, averaged 16 more points a game. Kyle Shanahan left Matt Ryan in Atlanta. Same players, averaged 13 points less a game. It's always been important to have the coach, but 1A or to have the quarterback. You got to have the quarterback. But I'm telling you, Chicago right now, that's not a Mitch Trubisky story. That's a Matt Nagy story. That is not a Mitch Trubisky story. And by the way, I like Jared Goff a lot, but that's a Sean McVay story. And there's nothing against Matt Ryan, but that MVP year, that was a Kyle Shanahan story. What he is doing in San Francisco right now, think about this. The Giants' offensive talent last night, Eli Manning, first rounder. Saquon Barkley, first rounder. Left tackle, Nate Solder, first rounder. Evan Ingram, tight end, first rounder. OBJ, first rounder. He was working with Nate Mullins, undrafted. Matt Breida, running back, undrafted. George Kittle's tight end, 5th round. Marquise Grissom, 3rd round. You're talking about a mismatch in talent. So he covers up. Matt Nagy, Kyle Shanahan, Sean McVay, they cover up a lot of warts. The losing team, it blows me away. They don't have any running backs. Undrafted. Quarterback, undrafted. Their star offensive guy's a 5th rounder. Good Lord, are they going to be good? With one more draft, a couple of free agents, and Jimmy Garoppolo. That game on paper shouldn't be close. Who's got all the first rounders? I'm telling you, these young coaches are getting a lot of guys fired. Mike McCarthy, we never talked about his job. Now all of a sudden Matt Nagy's in his division, we're talking about his job. We never said Pete Carroll was in trouble. All of a sudden you bring Sean McVay in. Oh, he looks kind of old. I mean, Kyle Shanahan, McVay, and Matt Nagy going to get a lot of dudes fired. All right, here we go. We do it every Tuesday. Monday Night Football's over. It is our top 10, our herd hierarchy.